We'd like to finish up with TJ Maxx.
Do we have time?
I think we should, right, Don?
I'd say so.
All right, TJX. Everybody loves TJ Maxx. They own a lot of different companies besides TJ Maxx.
Home goods, baby.
Home goods. 21,000 vendors. Wow, that's impressive. Okay, so TJ Maxx. Every chick in the world loves TJ Maxx. Ready? Call it $80 billion market cap. PE of 110.
Oh my
I guarantee that's misleading for some reason. There was something that happened. Obviously, you know what happened? COVID. They still made money in the last 12 months, even with COVID. That's what happened. So keep that in mind. It's an X on there, but their profit margin last quarter was 8.5%. I'm going to think this is going to be an X overall for profit margin. 1.6% dividend on 80 billion is 800 million and 400. So 1.3 billion dollars. That was our dynasty owner thing. 1.3 billion dollars. So we have two X's. PE ratio and profit margin, and we have to count for $1.3 billion in dividends every year.
Pillar number 3 is revenue growth over the past 5 years.
The revenue growth. 31 billion, 42 billion. Check mark there. Again, find out how much of that was same store versus growing stores.
So 2 X's and 1 check for TJ Maxx. We want to look at profit growth is pillar number 4.
2.3, 3.3. Check mark there.
Number 5, pillar number 5 is shares outstanding. We want this going down.
Check mark there. 1.35 down to 1.2. And easily a 10% drop. That's pretty awesome.
Current assets over current liabilities is pillar number 6, baby.
Current assets, 16.7 billion. Current liabilities, 11.82. Check mark there. So they have plenty to go off of there.
This is looking pretty good, Paul, for
Yeah,
TJ Maxx.
it is.
Free cash flow growth. This is going to be flawed a bit with last year, I assume.
Well, this is not going to have last year's numbers in there.
Okay.
We will look at that, but this is not going to have last year's numbers in there. So 2.1 billion to 2.8 billion.
Chickadee check.
Chickadee check there. Then 2.6 to 2.9. Please don't screw this up, Seth.
I got it. Divided by 5 is 2.5. 2.5 billion.
2.5 billion. Does that sound right? That does sound about right. Times. I hate to show bias here. I almost feel like
Come on, give it to us.
I think it's a 20 times multiple. It's $50 billion. So it's still an X. But I do think TJ Maxx has the potential, because the thing I like about TJ Maxx is they buy a lot of closeouts. So the online part of that, you're going to have the competition. They have a reason to drive people to stores. Women always know. You go to TJ Maxx when they get their Tuesday deliveries. You go in there, you find what they have, you pick it up, you go. Like it's limited supply. I like that. It's going to be hard to do online, and every location is different. I think a premium for retail on TJ Maxx is worth it, but I still think the stock needs to fall, because what's the market cap?
80.
Yeah, so it needs to fall by 30% or so, 40%. I still like a 20 times multiple for the free cash flow. It's growing. It seems to be growing consistently. And how often do I give retail a premium? Not very often. But I think this is a great company to look at. I want to own the stock at some point, but I think it needs to drop 30 or 40% for that to happen, for me to even start looking at it.
Let's head over to Mr. Momentum, Mo the Trader Mo. Go ahead.
TJ Maxx and Home Goods have same brand, but they've said that they are going to start doing some kind of online shopping, which I think is great.
But how?
I don't know. But maybe they're going to do items that they always consistently have will be online.
All right.
I don't know.
Fair enough.
So, TJ Maxx, we have a downtrend again, as you can see. If this is something that you want to short, go for it. Now, we had this. I'm going to move over here. This is that gap up that I was talking about. So the stock price jumped from here to here, and it's likely going to fall back down into this area. So if you want to short this thing, go for it. Let me pull back to the year chart. You can kind of see how it just kind of consolidated right in this area all year. If it does do a pullback, I'm not expecting it to go any lower than here. Again, TJ Maxx is a great brand. They do need to pull back a little bit, and if that pullback is kind of to that $50. Oh, what is it? What price did you say it needed to get to?
It needs to drop by 40%. So what's it at right now?
66 bucks.
So call it 20. So call it 35 or 40 bucks.
Okay. So it needs to fall a little bit more than this. If we can get a breakout to almost where we were in March during the coronavirus plague stuff, we'll be okay.